Hello, everybody. It's your host, Jestaro the Jester. And for this video, we are now made it into debate part 3. Now, we're just going to get right into it. But yes, I would like to introduce this world. I'm sure it already looks familiar to some of you. But this is actually the Ocarina of Time, Zelda. Started off at the Nintendo 64. And it's one of my personal favorite video games of all time. Definitely making it in the top 50. But pretty well made. There's even a friggin' chicken. But yes, anyways, let's go ahead and get right back into that debate. Here we go. Okay, let's... I got something special for you. And you! Okay, bolt action. Excellent. Okay. This, I could have gotten better weapons. Oh shit, wait a second. Oh no! I gotta get back to my debate! I don't have time for this! Oh no, I didn't cock it right! Woo! Bring it on! Oh, alright. Let's go ahead and get back to that debate. You know how many commandments there are?
So if you take out all the laws, it's about 613.
It is 613.
You have to follow as a standard Christian. However, a lot of people don't understand that a lot of these things are specifically for judges, and you do not have to follow the Levitical laws that are specifically laid down for judges unless you are a judge.
Okay,
so
okay.
That's a separate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've already have like a whole board of like, okay, here's a point here we can talk about for 30 minutes. Here's a point. Okay, so
Yeah. We'll just talk.
Check this out.
Okay.
Do you think that God created just laws, or do you disagree with some of the laws that God has created?
I don't think that God's laws are meant to illustrate justice. I think that they're meant to illustrate. Okay, so if you read the Bible,
so did God make any unjust laws? Like from your perspective,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know that I would call any of them unjust.
Yeah, an honest
answer. I would say that it appears that the laws that He created were just for the time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that is the case like now, gotcha. Based upon a perceived morality that would have to exist outside the Bible, right?
But for real though,
if we're in the Bible, then it's just they're just,
W to this guest right here because he's humble. That's all. That's what makes good conversation too. Okay, sorry, I had to talk to my audience.
Hi, audience.
The audience that's currently not here. But anyways, okay.
They'll be there.
I like that. Yeah, my 11 fuse. But anyways, so check this out. Yeah, gotta start somewhere. But okay. So if I talk to you about the laws,
okay,
I'm actually curious to see what you do think about it. And also, Neon, what's it called? Before we get into it a little bit more, like, was there something you wanted to chime in with at all? Like, do you have a question for either of us?
Well, not typically. No, not right now. No, I'm getting understand. I did have questions, but as you guys discussed, I kind of answer them for themselves.
Oh, so, well, that's tight. You are welcome to have a question, though, if you want.
I'm being followed.
I'm just, in a sense, just spectating a little.
You're just present. Present in the moment.
I am present, and I'm spectating, and then the commandments, y'all just said, the 140, I was like, whoa!
Oh, 613. 613. There you go.
Yes.
613. I didn't know that. I did.
Yeah,
when you said commandments, I honestly, I only know very little basic stuff, and I did only do because
that's why we have these conversations, though. because, like,
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
feel
learning
safe upstairs anymore.
Check this out. The first debate that I ever had was actually here.
Okay.
Like, moderated.
Nice.
We actually had a Satanist moderate us. Okay, folks, I want to take a quick intermission to introduce you to a friend of mine. Remember that satanic moderator I was just mentioning? Well, we're about to meet him. Summon. Oh, I guess it didn't work. Whoa, there they are. This is Oblivious Reason. Hello.
Hello.
All right, Oblivious Reason has their own TikTok channel. They do live shows, and they also post some videos, too. Very entertaining to watch, so thank you for joining me, my friend.
Of course, anytime.
All right, now back to the debate, everybody. See you, Oblivious.
Bye.
Okay,
But,
cool.
what's it called? It was me and a Catholic. This Catholic's name is Wolf, a very respectful dude as well. He's one of my friends. If you see a Lego Spider-Man running around here, that's Wolf.
I may have met him.
All right, cool. If I talk to you about a commandment, we're going to go ahead. My first debate that I ever had was about slavery in the Bible. And I was on the side where God does endorse slavery. And my Catholic opponent said that God does not endorse slavery. And we had a 2.5-hour debate about it.
Sure. So what basically I would say is that what you see is in the Old Testament, there are a set of like slavery was just a thing that happened, and he said, okay, here's some rules for it of like you can't just be like committing atrocities for these people. Also, something to consider is that chattel slavery is not the type of slavery that's being talked about here. It's either a slavery of
in the laws,
like
right?
a conquered people.
Right,
Yes.
like it's chattel slavery is not in there at all, right?
Chattel slavery was not the norm back then, is what I'm saying.
Right, but did God command or did God write laws for chattel slavery?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But not that
humble
I've read. What we do see is that later, especially once we get to Paul, there's a very clear call that there is neither Jew nor Greek nor slave nor free in God.
No male, no female.
So if you have faith in God and you say, I want to live a godly life, I want to do this, then you cannot see a person as a slave
or a
you
male
have to
or a
see
female.
them as, yeah, correct. They're just your family in Christ.
Trans rights.
They're Well, I would just say that everybody is part of our family in Christ, right? Like if you have faith, then they're part of it. And anybody that doesn't have faith, hey, we're just here the door's open.
A respectful approach, honestly. But what I don't see is the respect that is given, especially during Moses' time after leaving Egypt. After God killed all the firstborn, and then he's like, okay, that's the last one. I'm done showboating. Get out of Egypt, guys. So what happens is you go to Exodus 21, and we start with Exodus 21, 2-6, and he's like, okay, this is talking about, debt servitude.
All right, let's read it.
It's talking about debt servitude. So this is not talking about chattel slavery.
Debt servitude. Okay.
Yeah.
So
which is definitely a norm.
And
definitely a norm back then in the ancient Near East because they had all sorts of law codes. Are you familiar with the law code of Hammurabi?
Yes. The Lex Talionis.
Yes, yeah, I like that word. I love Lex Talionis, which does not happen in Exodus 21 verses 26 through 27, I think. It's about the tooth and the eye. But anyways, I don't want to jump around too much. But anyways, Exodus 21, 2-6.
If thou buy a Hebrew servant,
and also let me just say
serve.
this real quick. I want to be specific. It starts off as debt servitude, but please go ahead.
Okay. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. Okay. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Okay.
Which is just like an ear piercing. Like, you know, there will be people that are like on like where I would be on this side, and they'd be like, yeah, they just drilled a hole into his ear. And I'm like, no, like it's not really that big of a deal. It's just like an ear piercing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that does it for debate part 3. Thank you for watching, and let me ask the audience something. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you think that God's laws are all just, or if there's a mixture of God creating just and unjust laws. And also, question number 2, what do you think about Exodus 21, verse 2 through 6? Well, that does it for today. Good morning, afternoon, and night, everybody. I'm your host, Jestaro the Jester, and we'll see you next time. See ya!